What's going on, guys? I hope you had a good weekend. It's Louis here, and we're looking at Hbar on the weekly time frame. We're still currently above the 12 and the 20, and if you remember correctly, that just before this pump above this green box, it was a big red box, and we were saying, guys, unfortunately, as long as we're below it, I must say that we are running into it as resistance for the continuation lower. If we do close above it, we're going up. Now on the daily time frame, it's quite a bit clearer. I remember very clearly on this day we were saying, guys, this is the very bearish signal. What we need to see is now follow through. Let's see some momentum to the downside. Equally, because on this channel, if you're new here, we like to prepare for both scenarios. So we will say, we'll look at both, but we'll say this is the most likely for this specific reasoning. Now, the reason why we look at both scenarios is because just in case this first one is invalidated. So, of course, after this big dump, you need to start pumping because nothing goes down in a straight line. You can see that if we dissect it even more, you come down, you pumped, you continued lower. You went back up and then you continued lower. You went back up and then you continued lower. So after such a big pull down, you need to pull back up, and this is your golden pocket, which is where we usually retrace to before the continuation lower. So this is a big push down. This is your exhaustion phase back up into this red box before the follow through, the continuation lower than 3.5 cents. This is what should happen. Now and then you explain all the reasonings, but again, very nicely that I always look at both scenarios, and we were saying, look, if we close above this wick, we are actually going up. You've created the reversal wave. And ever since pushing through this, we were calling for 9.5 to 10 cent. And a lot of people like, Louis, you flip-flopper and this and that. But guys, you need to understand this is how trading works. As soon as something's invalidated, you need to get that out of your head and you focus on the new thing. And it's quite simple that it's just up or down. So if we were going down and we're meant to continue lower, and there's a validation and invalidation point being this golden pocket, for the validation of the bearish scenario, we need to hold below this. So we had the first wick. Now let's see follow through, and we invalidated that by pushing through. With that, we invalidate further downside. And so with that, we now head to the 1 fib level of 8.5 cent. But luckily enough for you guys, I was already talking about targets at 9.5 to 10.5 cents. Simply because when we scale back to the weekly time frame, sorry, 9.5 to 10 cent, because simply when we go to the weekly time frame, the golden pocket that we pushed through was pretty much the 20 weekly moving average. So this is further why I was saying this is going to be a big resistance that again we just pushed through, and with that invalidating the downside, luckily enough preparing for both ways. And so now I was saying we're going to go to 9.5 cent for anyone that wants to trade that move. And luckily enough, if you took that, it was a great move from the break above the 618 over here to the top over here, in between 9.5 and 10 cent, exactly what we were saying. We can see we pumped about 62%. Now, I am still anticipating continuation to the upside as long as we can do these very few things. Now, I'm going to flip this back to what it was, green, because this is the key area of support that we must hold above, which is 5.5 cent to 6 cent. So this 0.5 cent range of 5.5 to 6 cent is a very key area of support. You do not need to come back down to here because we have higher levels of support, which we are currently holding, being this golden pocket over here. Not only that, very slightly underneath, we have these two moving averages that have just formed a bullish cross on the weekly time frame. This is the 12 and the 20. Now, this is confirmed a bullish cross, signaling all we need to do is hold above these. So you can come back down to them. You just need to hold above them, and we will continue and hit these moving averages, which we are yet to do. Equally, if we come down now and lose the moving averages of support, it must bounce from here and reclaim them. So if we lose the moving averages, if we lose the 786 and the moving averages, we must bounce from the golden pocket and reclaim that 786. Otherwise, this is destined. No, this is not good. This is not good, guys. So if you lose that, flip it into resistance, and you lose this, okay, it's very negative. We'll be returning to 4.5 cent, potentially even lower than 3.5 cent. It could be all a bear trap where it tricks you, and it goes back up. So we'll look into that in detail further along the line. I've got some factors for that further along the line, which I'm seeing on Bitcoin, that we could be returning to that and then quickly going back up. But we'll look into that as it comes. As of now, we're currently above these two areas of support and above this golden pocket over here. So what I must keep reiterating is that as long as we're above this, we should still be expecting 14.5, 20, 25 and 30 cent up here. As long as we are above 5.5 cent, we should be expecting those targets. The moment we lose 5.5 cent and we're losing this 5-month support over here, then yeah, we are continuing lower. Okay guys, that's pretty much it on the weekly time frame. Let's scale over to the daily. What I must say again, if you want to check my link tree out, I did get my old crypto Twitter back with 1.7k followers. Let's try and get this to 2k, so follow me over here. This is where you can private message me for the course that is now permanently discounted to £150. I'm yet to actually say that on here. I'll set it on my new Twitter, but I got the old one back, so I'll mention that to everyone. But yeah, I've got 2 slots open for my mentorship plan. That's 10 hours of one-to-one help from me. We sit down together on video calls like Zoom or Discord, but also you'll get my 6-hour-long 30+ video course included in that, as well as my Discord group chat. Again, in the last week, we shared 2 cryptos that pumped 100%. Now, going back to Hbar, but now on the daily time frame, we can see that we're running into this old area of resistance where a lot of people are calling for M patterns, but we're holding it as support. So this is pretty much the area that I said we were going to return to on the daily time frame, tying in very nicely with the 786. But prepared, if we do lose this, we must hold this golden pocket down here, which is green. Equally, returning back to this level, look, all of this was resistance. We had a lot of trolls on the channel saying we are coming down over here. But if this is truly bullish, all these bearish patterns, like your M patterns, should all get invalidated. They're all meant to be bull traps. We can even say, potentially, it's not out of the woods yet, but you've got a falling wedge over here. Now these return back to the top. But what I must say, after a deep correction like this, you do have a midpoint, which is pretty much 8.5 cent. So even if we do break out and we head to 8.5 cent, this is a key area of resistance that could still send us lower. We now need to reclaim that and hold it as support for continuation higher. So this is your low time frame analysis on the daily time frame for Hbar and the weekly for Hbar. I hope you guys enjoyed today's update. Please do smash the like button. The algorithm for YouTube is so bad at the moment, so make sure you do share the video, comment underneath it. That's one of the biggest key things, like and commenting on the videos. So of course subscribe, as you know, share the updates, turn the notification bell on, follow me on my Twitter, also my new Instagram over here. Again, if you want to support me as a creator, because I've helped you completely free just by watching the YouTube videos, you can let me know, write a paragraph underneath, and you can support me as a creator. Equally, you should be following me on my YouTube, but make sure you are heading over to my crypto Twitter over here, the old one with 1.7k followers, as well as my new Instagram. If you don't have Twitter, message me on my Instagram. I've just made it, so you guys can message me over there. It's not a picture of the cat, I'll just click on it now. It's a picture of me, guys, on holiday in Turkey last year. But yeah, that's me, only 44 followers, and so yeah, you can see my link tree is there. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.